This video is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing is meant to be taken seriously at all. I'm just sharing my own opinions, not facts, off publicly accessible information first made public by the public figure. Please do not go to these people's channels and leave mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, or disparaging comments for entertainment purposes only. What is up, y'all? This is not your average reaction. I'm just a guy who likes to react to health and fitness stuff, usually pertaining around girl world. Today, I'm going to try something a little bit different. We're going to check out some glitter and lasers. I do know a fair amount about glitter and lasers, but she posts mostly like clothing hauls on her YouTube, so I typically don't react to that kind of stuff, but a lot of other creators do react to her other pages where she does fitness stuff, so I thought I would give that a shot. And so we're going to check out some archived stuff from the Reddit that she posted to her story, and then we're also going to check out some of her own Instagram posts, and I'm just going to give you my opinion on that kind of stuff. If you don't know, I don't share this these days, but I was a certified personal trainer for like 10 years, you guys. I worked at a place called French Riviera Fitness for a really long time. It was rebranded to French Riviera Fit because we had so many people calling us, asking us about how much our massages cost, and we're like, we don't offer that service. This is just a gym. But I was like IFA certified for most of the time, and that's not a very reputable certification. It's kind of just one that you get so that you have less liability. It's a don't pay till you pass type of test. There's no people watching you. You can cheat, essentially. But I was ACE certified for 2 years, which is, I would say, a fairly difficult test to pass. It's people are watching you. You have to know a fair amount. But yeah, enough about me. I'm just trying to give you a little baseline of credibility. And I do have a bachelor's in physical education, teacher education. So I was formally trained to teach PE, but I do not. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. Bear with me, you guys. I haven't reacted to stuff on YouTube or Instagram, so this may be a little funky, but we're gonna have fun with it. All right. Ooh, girl, that's got she's got copyright music, so I may just play copyright music. I may play background music throughout this entire thing. So right here, I don't have an issue with her squat. The thing is with super morbidly obese people is, you know, in the textbooks that I was taught in, I don't quite remember there being any like very specific types of training for bodies this big. And what I worry about when I'm training someone of this size is the risk to reward ratio with the exercise. Not all exercises come without zero risk, especially when you are already a person this size. Things like running, jumping, sometimes even squatting, deadlifting can be way more harmful than helpful in these stages of your health journey. And I'm just gonna give you my opinion. I don't think anything's wrong with how she's doing these squats right now. If I was the trainer, because I'm kind of like hyper scared to injure people, I would probably have her hold on to something like a TRX, like a bodyweight trainer rope, or just anything within arm's reach. Have her hold on to something while she's squatting to help support herself a little bit more. It does seem like Anna is training to be a strong woman, which is, you guys, if you don't know, things like bodybuilding and strong woman, they definitely do have some aspect of positive health implications, but a lot of the times these people train in a way that becomes unhealthy and does not promote longevity. So a person Anna's size doing this, in my opinion, she's kind of just speed running her way into bedbound, into injury. But you know, if you love something so much, they say let it kill you. So all right, girl, new journey, right? And I also, you know, you see in a lot of women that kind of like this, she has a big booty, looking like a big booty, But when she squats, sometimes I see a very large arch in that lower back, and I do think the reason she may have her heels elevated here is to help promote more quad stimulation, so she's not using her butt and her lower back quite as much. I do that, you guys. Actually, let me go show you. Show and tell. Do you guys love when I do show and tell? So, I mean, nothing's ever sponsored yet, guys. I'm just so lazy to even try any of that. But I do have like little incline platforms that I use when I squat. These are called ATG buddies. I'm not going to sit here and say that this guy's name is Ben, and he does, it's ATG stands for the Athletic Truth Group. It's kind of like a different philosophy of training when it comes to like health and longevity for like your knees and things like that. I follow a lot of his practices when it comes to like training your tibias to help strengthen your knee and stuff like that. And yeah, I do use his product to incline my heels when I do my squats. But I used to do squats without my heel inclined, and the way that I'm built, it's more comfortable for me to do like a low bar position. And I almost like Anna, I do lean my torso over a lot, and that's the only way that I can get depth in a squat on a back squat without inclining my heels. But if I do a front squat or a goblet squat, I can get depth without worrying about my torso falling over as much. And that just maybe, it depends on a ton of stuff, you guys, just how you're built, your flexibility in a number of different places and all sorts of stuff. But let's just check out her next one. So this is I guess just like a farmer's walk with the weight on her back. And again, if I'm training a super morbidly obese, if I'm training an obese person, I would never have them do stuff like this, because from my personal opinion, for longevity, I think there's more risk to doing this exercise than reward. Why not have her just walk? Simply just walk. Why do we have to add all this stuff? She's already probably 400 pounds, right? Why are we needing to add more resistance and more issues to her joints and ligaments? And she claims to have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which basically is categorized, I think, by like a lot of inflammation in the body. And typically people are like hyper flexible or like double jointed. And when you train people who are double jointed, you do need to pay attention, because obviously their range of motion is much greater than the normal person's, and that can be a risk for injury. So you really want to make sure that if they're doing anything with their arms or their legs, that they lock out at like 10 degrees. Don't fully lock out. Keep a good 10-degree bend in whatever you're doing, so that you don't put any unnecessary stress up on those joints and ligaments, girl. But she's going through her strong woman phase or whatever. She's carrying around 300 more pounds. I mean, you basically do that every day. So, let's see. This is her doing her leg press. You know, and a lot of stuff too, you guys. I'm going to have a hard time giving an honest opinion on what the form looks like, because I don't have every single angle, right? There's different things that I can tell from a side angle, and there's different things I can tell from the front and the back. And you simply just can't get all that information from one angle. This is crazy. I did see this on her Instagram, and it is strict overhead press. And I can tell you from right now, when you do strict anything, that means your form is perfect. It's so strict, okay? And when you're arching your back like this and leaning back, that's not strict. You are forcing the rep, okay? So, you know, that's besides the point. I'm worried about her lower back here. I would never have her do something like this. I would prefer to have her seated so that she could completely flatten her lower back. As you see, her back is probably perma-arched at all times. I would have her doing a lot of things like laying on the ground and learning how to flatten her lower back, because I think that's going to be a big issue in her training. That's probably where she's going to get hurt, because that's where a lot of the weight seems to be compressed to. But yeah, I don't like overhead barbell press. Is very uncomfortable for me. I don't like to do it. I really don't even like to do anything but a machine overhead press, because I just can't figure out how to do a lot of shoulder exercises without it feeling like it's tearing me up. But I do chronically dislocate this shoulder. Haven't done it this year yet, thank God. But it's usually like once or twice a year, so I really have to be careful with how I'm doing that kind of stuff. All right, let's check it out. How is this? How she started versus how it's going. Okay. Okay. I mean, it doesn't look too different to me, to be quite honest with you. I would worry here. It doesn't seem like she has her shoulder blades like back and kind of locked into place. She's kind of like letting them fall forward. And I mean, I can't tell if she is... When I get people to do RDLs or things like that, I really want them to learn how to make their hips level. So she's walking around like this. And before she learns how to do RDL, I want her to learn how to make her hips neutral, right? Squeeze your glutes so much it makes you look like you don't have an ass, that it just is a straight line, right? And then from there, we can go into it. And the only reason I would have her do that specifically is because, again, her lower back is arched so much. I don't want to do any exercise that puts her into that position, you know? And again, I have a lot of training philosophy that's based off of my anecdotal experience, and anecdotal experience is the least credible form of scientific evidence. So please do not listen to me and do your own research, okay? Let me watch it one more time, her new deadlift. Okay. And also, you know, I didn't really notice this before, but she's using plates on either side to reduce the range of motion. So it seems like she doesn't have full mobility to even do this exercise properly. And again, she's doing this because she's training for strong woman. But if you're training for longevity, you should lower the weight until you can learn how to do it with proper mobility and then start building up on it. That's just my opinion, though. Let's see, is this another deadlift? Okay. And see, you know, I can't tell if her back is looking straight or anything because we can't see her side profile. It doesn't look like her knees are going inward or outward. She seems fairly stable. I would have a wider stance if I were her, more shoulder width. But yeah, it doesn't look bad. But again, I don't even do deadlifts like this, guys. I'll do RDLs. It's just risk to reward ratio for me. The deadlifts, traditional deadlifts, exhaust me so much for, I feel like, such a little, maybe strength increase at most. I don't think it's a very hypertrophy centered exercise. Again, my opinion, and it's based off how I feel when I do the exercise, not based off scientific evidence, you guys. So, and for those reasons, I wouldn't have her do it, and I'm not doing that exercise either. I do like Romanian deadlifts, though. I love RDLs for like your hamstrings and your glutes. Oh God, here we go. What is she doing? She's doing a lunge. Okay. I don't know why she's doing this. It kind of seems like if you can't do a lunge, a bodyweight lunge, I don't think that you should put the Smith machine bar under you. It does weigh a little bit. And actually, I'm going to be so for real. It depends the type of Smith machine that you're using. I've gone to some Smith machines where you can like throw the bar up like with your pinky, and it seems like the machine like helps the bar move up. But then I've had other machines where it feels like the opposite, like it feels very heavy, like the bar is like pushing you down very hard. So I think it just kind of depends in some scenarios what type of Smith machine this is. But again, she needs to learn how to do body weight first before she plugs herself into the machine. And I would have her not get under the machine, but put the bar at like belly level and maybe hold on to the bar like far away while you're doing the lunge. But I would have her with the body weight trainer, the TRX, the ropes that you hold while doing the exercise until she can learn how to do them comfortably by herself. She probably shouldn't get on the Smith machine and add weight. Smith machine's super restrictive. I would never do a lunge on the Smith machine. It seems too restrictive. And she's not really even going all the way down, it seems like. But, you know, she does have a trainer. Interesting. And I think I see a little hip dip here as well. Seems like her mobility isn't quite there to actually get her knee to the ground. So it kind of looks like her right hip is dipping, like instead of bending, her hip is dipping in order for her to meet that range of motion that she doesn't even honestly meet. Let's watch it again. Just a slight dip. Moving on. This is really interesting. This is like a nothing burger photo, you guys. You could fake stuff like this very easily. So if it was a video, that would be one thing. There's a very big difference between like how much mobility you have, you know, here. I would say this is as high as I can get my leg, right? Just by like being slow about it. But you can throw your leg up a lot higher than you can just slowly raise it. So all you have to do to meet the requirements of this photo is video record yourself throwing your leg up, and it kind of looks like her leg is a bit blurry up there. So, I mean, it's probably what she did, but this doesn't necessarily mean that you increased your mobility necessarily. I'm headed to the gym, don't worry, at a stoplight, and I'm already short, already annoying me. Oh yeah, this is about her shorts like rolling up. I mean, girl, you don't have to wear, you guys, you don't have to wear tight clothes to go work out. In my opinion, the loose fitting ones are the least restrictive. Now, when it comes to like shorts that go past your knees, that would piss me off if I'm squatting. But other than that, I prefer the baggy stuff unless I'm going to be vain. And I do like to be vain every once in a while. You know, I like to show off my back muscles or whatever. Ah, yes. So this is a really interesting one. I don't love to do this specific exercise. I almost view it as a more therapeutic exercise for people who have posterior chain issues. But, you know, talking about her lower back arch, right? It seems like at rest she's always arching her back. And at the top of this movement, she is hyperextending her back. So instead of just coming to neutral right here, usually you just want to line yourself up with the angle of like where your knees are hitting. And so this would be neutral. She's going up and arching that back like that, practically putting all the pressure on her lower back. This is supposed to work your glutes and your hamstrings, or like your posterior chain kinda. But the way she's doing it is, it's like a lower back hyperextension slash, I mean, she doesn't even do full range. She isn't even getting fully down. So you see the angle of the pad. You could kind of draw a line following that angle. If I can actually have the pointer. Yeah, so right here. So she needs to flatten herself. She needs to almost lower this a little bit lower so she can get all the way down for proper form. What she's doing should be super easy because you're barely moving at all. And then at the top, hypoextend. Like you just don't want to arch your back, you guys. You just want to come up to where it's just like flat, even. Okay, I'm gonna have to move around the website because now we're on to Instagram. Yeah, I think that's how we'll do it. So this is when she went on her health retreat and she's like flipping tires. I'm gonna let you guys know this is a fairly heavy tire, but I have trained women that are 120, 115 pounds that can fucking bulldoze this tire like it's nobody's business. So the fact that honestly she has to like she uses her knee to help kind of leverage it when it's like halfway up, her right knee. Not the worst thing, but I mean, it's whatever. When it comes to like strongman and stuff like this, like some of this stuff is like kind of impressive, I guess. But when you're exposed to this kind of stuff like fairly often, it only becomes impressive when the person weighs very significantly less than what they're lifting. Because I think everybody knows the heavier that you are, the more fat that you have on your body, the easier it is for you to push things. The stronger that you get. Look at all the strong men. They're pretty beefy, almost fat looking, you know? So, just definitely keep that in the back of your head. What is this? Her just pushing. See, I like this. I wish she would do more sled stuff. I think that's going to be a lot more beneficial, especially sled pulling. Like wrap some sort of TRX around your waist and just walk backwards with it. Should be super good for your knees. Girls supporting girls, queen, love that. I've done all the teamwork exercises. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, this is her again. Oh, girl. Ooh, girl, yeah. Can you rewind on Instagram, or do you literally have to like watch it all over again? Okay, Winnie the Pooh. Not because of her size, but because of the color scheme, you guys. Just being for real. Yeah, that overhead press, she was so far back, bro. I mean, she was like Neo dodging the damn bullets in The Matrix. And I mean, guys, holy fuck. Look at that arch. It's like it's worse than is that a right angle triangle? Like on her back? Is that 90 degrees? Like, Jesus, man. Can you imagine the tension that you feel? I mean, you guys, just stand up and do that right now and lean back and just hold that. That's not comfortable. That's not correct. Again, if someone like Anna really wanted to do something like this and I was her trainer, I would force her hips into the most neutral spot possible. So she's like this. I force her to flex so hard it looks like she has no ass, and then from there perform the lift, because girl, you're just messing up that lower back. It's ego lifting, you guys. This is the female version of ego lifting. Ooh. I do love this is a suitcase carry. I do suitcase carries on my ab day. I think it's really important to work your core isometrically, which basically means you're stabilizing your core without going in and out of a range of motion. So an example of an isometric exercise would be like a plank, right? So you're working your core, but we're not crunching. We're just staying right here. Isometric hold. So while she is moving, she's trying and the point of this exercise is to stabilize your core while the weight on this side is trying to pull you down. You're using the ab muscles on your other side to help stabilize you and have an upright posture. Okay, you want to, when I do stuff like this, I try my best to have a very nice gait, a very just try to have very good form, be very stable. Lord have mercy. Let's see, is there one more? Okay, how it started, Queen. How it's going. Oh Lord. I do think I remember seeing there might be some discrepancies in this video. The bar kind of looks like it's going through her face. Don't know what that means, but we do know that a lot of these girls love to bodybuild her. So I guess we can keep that in mind. Yeah, look at that strict overhead press. Girl, that is not strict. Oh my God. Strict would be like this, you guys. Be like so perfect. Right? All right, well, it looks like I successfully yapped for like 20 minutes. So hopefully you guys got something out of this. I do have a home gym I could run into and give more form breakdowns if that's something that you guys want. I do think that there's so much good information online already about good form. Check out Scott Herman Fitness. That is literally the YouTube channel I watched when I was 17 years old to get into fitness. He is the YouTube channel that got me working out. And I don't want to come on here and do form breakdown videos because I think there's already a fantastic resource for that and it's free. So go check out Scott Herman Fitness if you want some no BS fitness advice. And if you're having trouble with your eating and how much you're eating, check out Alan Roberts at Every Damn Day Fitness. He knows what he's doing when it pertains to that kind of stuff. So I think I'm done talking about glitter and lasers. If you enjoyed me shooting the shit with y'all, I mean, definitely let me know. If you didn't, you can also let me know. It's not going to hurt my feelings, you know. Hope y'all are having a good one. I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to choose my winners for the zinnia seeds by Sunday and hopefully get that all squared away by like Wednesday of next week. So thank you guys so much for all the support. I love you. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. If you would, give me a like or a dislike, a comment, and subscribe if you want. Helps out a lot.